Hi there BookTube, it's Janet and today I'm just going to tell you about my reading week. And this week I have been really busy, as everybody else is at this time of year. I've got a lot to do at work. I haven't actually read a lot, but I'm pleased with what I have read. What I did actually do was, and this is my Kindle, I finished Walligan by Winston Graham, and that is the 4th book in the Poldark series, and there are 12 books in this series. I have to say I'm really enjoying this series. The BBC have got adaptations of it running at the moment, and the recent series that they've got on that's just finished was books 3 and 4 of the series, so I wanted to catch up with the books before I watch the TV show, because obviously that's the law. I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying this series. It's set in 18th century Cornwall. It follows the main protagonist is Ross Poldark and his struggles with being a gentleman really, and how to make a living in those days, and the disasters that often happened around the mining in that area. There's a bit of a love tussle and tangle, there's some family feuding going on, and I'm really enjoying it, so I'm definitely going to be carrying on with the series. So I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Recommend it if you do like a bit of a historical saga, because obviously there's 8 books to go. That's the only book that I've actually finished this week. What I have done is I'm now reading Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, and if any of you have seen my channel before, you know I've got this mortal fear of big books. But I thought it was one of the things that I keep putting on my TBR, and I've had it, I worked out, I think I've had it for maybe 8 years, this book, and I love the film, and I knew that I'd love the book. It was just I have this stupid thing about big books, and I'd sort of said to myself, I think there was a tag that I did recently, and I think it was the autumn tag, and it was to say what books are you going to read in the autumn, and I only put one book on, and it was this one. So I have finally picked it up. I am approaching halfway through, and as I suspected, and as everybody else on BookTube who's read it, I absolutely adore it. It is absolutely marvellous. It's so good. So if I get time this weekend, because Christmas is coming, I haven't done any Christmas shopping yet, I've got 2 Christmas parties to go to, yeah, it just doesn't bear thinking about. I will be reading more of this if I can. And what else I'm trying to get finished this weekend is I've picked this up again, and this is The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. Now I know that everybody seems to love this, and it is so highly regarded, and I read half of it ages ago and I put it down, and it's okay. I'm liking it. I'm finding it a little bit confusing. It seems to be a little bit all over the place in places, but I am intrigued to find out what happens. But I can't say that I'm in love with it as much as other people seem to be, who are raving about it and giving it 5-star reviews. So I'm hoping that it's going to re-engage me, and that I will find the second half of the book a page turner and a really enjoyable read. So let me know if you've read this and what you thought, and is it just me? I also want to say about, I've watched a couple of videos recently, people like Ariel Bissett and Vanessa from Chbosky, who've made videos about reading less. And it did get me thinking actually. They were talking about when you set targets on Goodreads, and when you watch BookTube, and everybody's circumstances are different, so, and people read at different paces. Some people have more opportunity to read than others, and it almost becomes like a competition to better how many books you can read and to get to a number, as opposed to the joy of reading. And I have to say that I have fallen into this trap myself as well. I'm not the fastest reader. I have a very busy life around BookTube. I work full-time, I've got a really busy job, I have a family, I have a home, I have other interests, and so there are other things sometimes I want to do. As much as I love reading, and reading will always be my #1 pastime, why am I putting myself under pressure? It shouldn't be like that. It should be just read when you want to. So I do feel that they had really good points to make, and they were sort of saying just to forgive yourself really, and just read what you want to read when you want to read it. Don't put yourself any targets or any pressures. I do find if I ever give myself a TBR, I sometimes feel a bit reined in by that because I'm very much a mood reader. I do like a TBR. I do like doing the challenges that come up on throughout the year, like the Book Buddy-a-thons and the Author-a-thons, Spook-a-thons. They've been really, really good. But I sometimes have wanted to veer off a little bit as I'm reading some of the books. And so I just think, what's wrong with doing that? So I think my TBRs are a great guide, and they often make me focus on a book that maybe I've had on my shelves that I've not really, that I've forgotten about, that's been there for ages. But I'm not going to feel guilty if I veer off. So I just wondered what you all thought about that as well, and yeah, so let's have a chat in the comments down below. I shall see you all soon. Keep reading. Bye.